What's up, man? I'm making this quick video on this topic, porn and withdrawals, and I'm gonna debunk this one by one for you. And this is part one, by the way. I'm soon gonna release part two of this series, okay? The video series, porn and withdrawals, okay? Because I believe this is something I really wanted to discuss with you, okay? Because a lot of guys, they are just being brainwashed by the nofap space. They are being brainwashed like, oh yeah, man, if you stop watching porn, if you stop masturbating, after a few days, after a few weeks, you will feel these withdrawals. You will feel flatline, you will feel, depressed, you will feel this and that, all of that stuff, okay? And I'm gonna debunk this one by one for you, okay? Because this is something I really want you to know, okay? So if you ask me, is there any withdrawals for porn and masturbation? My answer to this is simply no, actually no, okay? Not at all. Porn and masturbation, they have actually zero withdrawals, okay? There are no withdrawals, okay? And this is literally very important to know, okay? Because a lot of guys, they have this biggest misconception on withdrawals, okay? So I just want to debunk this one by one. So now, before we get into the video, before we get into the detail, what led me to the complete freedom, not only from porn, but from masturbation and even lust, was simply to be open to new thoughts and new perceptions, okay? Because whatever I'm gonna tell you in today's video, it will be new to you, okay? It will be new for you. So I want you to be just open to new thoughts and new perceptions, okay? And also, I don't want you to believe me blindly. I'm not Hamza. You don't have to believe everything I say, okay? You have to come to your own conclusion as well. You have to listen to nofap advice, you have to listen Hamza's advice, you have to listen every other nofap addiction expert's advice, okay? And you have to listen to my advice as well, and then you have to come to your own conclusion. See, compare, okay? Come to your own conclusion, and then you will understand everything. And that's how you will understand, that's how you will get the most out of it, okay? So come to your own conclusion, because it will ultimately allow you to remove this illusionary cage, the cage that you build around yourself. When you believe in all of this, when you believe in withdrawals, when you believe in addiction, you simply create an illusionary cage around you, which is not real, okay? I mean, you literally create something that doesn't exist. So what happens when you fight something that doesn't exist? You only end up hurting yourself. And guess what? This illusionary cage, the nofap experts place upon you, okay? And you don't even recognize. You think that the nofap, they are your saviors, but they are the real devil, okay? They are the real devil, I'm saying. Because I have myself tried nofap for 15 years, okay? And it never worked for me. So coming towards this question, what are withdrawals in the first place? Because a lot of guys, they don't even know what are withdrawals. So I don't have enough time, so I will tell you in short. Withdrawals are actually, let's say you stop, let's say, let's say you stop watching porn, you stop masturbation, or let's say you stop taking alcohol, you stop taking cocaine for a few weeks, for a few days. Then after that, you start to feel these withdrawals, okay? And this is not something I am saying, this is something the nofap says, okay? Nofaps, according to nofap, withdrawals are like the symptoms that people feel after they stop taking a substance, after they stop doing anything. Not anything specifically they say about porn and masturbation. So when you stop watching porn, when you stop masturbation, according to nofap, you feel these withdrawals. You start to feel a bit tensed, you start to feel a bit stressed, you start to feel a bit depressed, okay? You start to feel this flat line, okay? So what happens is, okay, I mean, so those are withdrawals, okay? And there, all of that is literally shit, okay? I'm not trying to say that word, but I'm saying this because because of a reason, and I will tell you in today's video, okay? So withdrawals, what you have to understand is that withdrawals are not an inherent physical sensation. What it means is that withdrawals are not rooted in biology. Biologically talking, there is nothing inside your body that compels you to have those withdrawals, okay? There is literally nothing in biology. They are not rooted in biology, okay? They are not the part of your body, okay? But rather they're simply a learning process. That's it. So I took this from a research from a book, okay? So you cannot say this is something I came on my own, okay? Because I took the resource and I mentioned the source as well, just for you, okay? So according to Addiction and Opiates 1968, in order to feel withdrawals after taking a substance, let's say you take cocaine, you take alcohol, you watch porn, or you masturbate. So after taking those substances, in order to feel withdrawals, you need these three things, okay? Number one, you have to feel a physical sensation. It can be maybe sickness, it can be maybe stress, it can be maybe feeling a bit tensed, or even it can be a pain in your head or a pain in your body, and that you can attribute as a withdrawal, okay? So this is like a physical phenomena, okay? Second step, you must feel fear or concern over that withdrawal. Let's say you attributed the pain in your body or pain in your head as a form of withdrawal, and now you started to feel fear over that withdrawal, right? That you are feeling fear that, if you don't take that substance again, then you will not be able to get rid of this pain in your body. So now what are you feeling? You are feeling fear, okay, which is a cognitive phenomena. And the third step, what happens in order to avoid that withdrawal, in order to kill that fear, you engage in the substance again. You take that substance again in order to avoid that withdrawal, which is a behavioral phenomena. Now keep these three things in your mind, okay? Because of in later on in the video, you will need these three things, okay? So coming towards why withdrawals are actually an illusion, why they are not real, okay? I will give you a very simple example of a drug named as opiates, okay? So you can search about this drug on the internet, on Google as well, okay? What is opiates, and you can understand even more about it, okay? So let's take opiates drugs as an example, as it is ingested into the body, okay? Of course, in order to take any drug, you have to ingest it into your body, right? So let's take an example of a person who thinks that he is addicted to using opiates, okay? Let's say he take the opiates drug in order to relieve his pain, in order to escape reality, okay? Because that is what the function of this drug, okay? Opiates drug, it is a morphine, okay? It is used as a pain reliever, okay? So that opiate user, he uses opiates drug in order to escape reality, in order to reduce his pain, right? Let's say he take that drug, and now he realizes that when the effect of that drug comes to an end, then he will simply come back to the reality, right? Now, if he simply see the negative feeling of coming back to reality as a form of withdrawal, let's say he took the opiates drug and now he feels like he's relieving his pain, you know, and after the effect of that drug comes to an end, and now he simply came back to the reality, right? He's not feeling his effect anymore. So if the guy interprets the negative feeling of coming back to reality as a form of withdrawal, then what will happen? Recall these three steps. First, what happened? That guy felt a physical sensation, which is coming back to reality, which is not a physical sensation, of course. It's not a physical sensation. It's what happened simply is that the effect of that drug came to an end, okay? And now simply came back to the reality. But what happens is that he attributed this physical sensation coming back to reality, he attributed this as a withdrawal, okay? He saw this as a withdrawal. So first step, which is a physical phenomena, and what happened? Second step, you must feel fear or concern over that withdrawal. And now that guy would be feeling fear in his mind that, if he will not take that drug again, he will not be able to escape the reality, right? So what would happen? Again, he will simply move towards the third step, which is engaging in the substance again in order to avoid the withdrawal, which is behavioral phenomena, okay? So I mean, he is not even compelled, he's not even forced to take that drug, okay? He will actively and freely choose to take that drug again in order to avoid that withdrawal, okay? He's not compelled to take the drug again. He will actively and freely choose to take that drug again, okay? No one will force him to take it, okay? Because in order to avoid that withdrawal, okay? So now what will happen? He wants to take that drug in order to avoid the withdrawal. So now he will create urges in his mind for consuming the drug again. Again, this is something I wanted to cover as well about urges, okay? I mean, urges are not random, okay? They don't come out of nowhere, okay? There's a reason behind urges. Let's, there's, I mean, there's no smoke without fire. There's no rhyme without, what you say, yeah, there's no PMO urges, porn, masturbation urges, they always have reasons which fuels it, okay? There is no smoke without fire. There is no rhyme without reason, okay? And porn urges, they are never random, okay? Not only urges for porn, but urges for anything, okay? And there is no desire without a reason in your mind, okay? And to explain this to you, I will give you a very simple example. Let's say I don't like watching K-pop, BTS, okay? You know about BTS? Let's say I don't like watching K-pop. Do you think would I have any urges to watch K-pop? No way, okay? And in the same way, let's say I don't like taking cocaine. I don't like taking alcohol, okay? I don't like drinking alcohol. So would I have any urges to take it? Would I have any urges to do those stuff? No way, okay? Again, if I don't like eating junk foods, I would not have any urges to eat junk food, okay? I will not create any urges in my mind to eat junk foods because I don't like it. I don't have any desire for it, okay? But if you are having urges for that substance, it can be anything. It can be porn, it can be masturbation, it can be alcohol, it can be any drug, okay? If you are having urges to consume that drug, then it simply means that you have the preference for it, you have the desire for it, you want to take it, right? You like it, right? So what will happen? He will simply create urges in his mind to consume that drug again in order to escape reality, okay, in order to avoid that withdrawal. Now coming back to reality, this is not, now it is not a physical sensation, definitely simply what happened, the effect of that drug came to an end, okay? And now he simply came back to reality, and came coming back to reality, it's not a physical sensation, right? But what happened, he simply attributed this physical sensation as a form of withdrawal. He's seeing this as a withdrawal, okay? So again, the three steps: he will feel fear, over that withdrawal, and he will take that substance again in order to avoid the withdrawal. I mean, he literally created an illusionary cage which was not even real, okay? So there was no such thing as a withdrawal. And to break it to you, I will give you another example. So this was the first scenario. And this guy, which is an opiate user, this guy knows about opiates drug. He knows that it is a morphine. He knows that it relieves pain. It is used as a pain reliever. He knows each and everything about this drug, okay? Now, let's give you another scenario. So this is like a different scenario, okay? Now, the exact same drug I'm talking about, opiates, it is also used in hospitals as well. It is also used at the time of surgery. You can search more about it on Google and you will understand more about it, okay? I mean, literally the exact same drug, which is morphine. And morphine is considered very, very addictive, right? And yet they are being used in the surgery, they are being used in the hospitals, okay? Opiate is drug. So what happens is that when the doctors treat their patients, when the doctors do surgery, okay, and I'm talking about the surgery that is very, very painful, okay, like a severe surgery, okay, in which the patient feels a lot of pain, okay. So when the doctors do the surgery of their patient, okay, like in which there is a lot of risk, okay, like the patient feels a lot of pain. So what happens is that the patient is given the constant opiates, The patient is given constant opiates. He's given constantly those drugs which is used as a pain reliever at the time of surgery in order to reduce his pain. Okay. And I'm not saying he's given that drug one time or two times. He's given that drug constantly, okay, again and again, in order to reduce his pain at the time of surgery. Okay. And this is the real scenario. You can search more about it on the Google and you will understand more about it. Okay. So a hospitalized patient who receives constant opiates, which is the drug that people think it is relieves pain. Okay. Now let's say the surgery is done. Okay. So after the patient leaves the hospital, after the patient is discharged from the hospital, do you think the patient would be like, "Oh man, I need to take that drug again, I'm feeling urges to take the drug again. You are, oh yeah, I'm addicted to that drug, I want to take that drug again." Do you think he will come back to the hospital and say to the doctors that, I just give me that drug, I need to take it again and again? I mean, this is the exact real scenario, okay? This is a real scenario. People don't feel any withdrawals of to take that opiates at the time of surgery, after the surgery. Okay, they don't feel any kind of withdrawals, and that guy will not associate any physical withdrawals with opiate use. Okay, I mean, when at the time of surgery, when the patients, in order to reduce their pain, when they are given constant opiates, after they leave the hospital, they do not feel any withdrawals to take that drug again, even though they don't know what is that drug. They don't know its name as well. Okay, they don't know what it is used for, right? Why? Because they haven't attributed the experience to that drug, but instead they attributed that experience to illness or surgery. Okay, they just thought of it as a surgery or sickness. Now you see the exact same drug, but two different scenarios. I mean, this guy, he knows about that drug, he knows what that drug can do, he have the perception of that drug. Okay, so, and yet this guy feels like he's addicted to it, he's compelled to use it. But in reality, no one is forcing him to take that drug. Okay, no one is forcing him to take that drug. Okay, he's intentionally taking that drug again and again. Okay, but he will just cover it by saying, "Oh, I'm addicted." I mean, think about these two scenarios, exact same drug. Okay, but two different scenarios. I mean, this guy is feeling like he's addicted to it, and this guy is literally feeling nothing. Okay, he's not feeling anything, even though he's been receiving constant opiates. Not one time, not two times, but he's given opiates constantly. Okay, multiple times. Okay, and yet this guy is not feeling any withdrawals, or even he's not compelled to take that drug again and again, right? So what does that mean? What does it shows us? That withdrawals are actually subjective. Subjective meaning is that they are not real. Okay, they are illusionary, they don't exist. Okay, what I want to tell you is that if you see withdrawals as urges and a sign that you are physically dependent upon them, then it will simply become your reality, even though it is not true. It will simply become a self fulfilling prophecy. Now, what is meant by self fulfilling prophecy? Okay, so self fulfilling prophecy means that, let's say you believe in something very strongly, okay, then it will simply become your reality. Let's say you believe that you are an addict, you believe in addiction so strongly, even though addiction doesn't exist. Okay, you actively and freely choose to watch porn or masturbate. Okay, no one is forcing you to do it. So when you believe in addiction so strongly, when you believe so strongly that you are an addict, so what happens? It simply becomes your reality. And now you really feel like you don't have any self control. You really feel like, someone is forcing you to do it. You really feel like, your brain chemistry have been changed. So self-fulfilling prophecy means what you believe happens. If you believe something will happen, then it will happen. If you believe something will not happen, then it will not happen. That is what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so instead, if you look at withdrawals as a sickness, just like this guy, then, and not as urges to use more, then you will already be free from the illusionary trap of withdrawals. Okay. Now, a very important question that you guys will ask from me: Ahmed, does porn have any withdrawals? Porn and masturbation have any withdrawals? My answer to this is actually no, not at all. Okay. Literally, there are zero withdrawals for porn and masturbation. Okay. I mean, a very logical question I'm telling you. I mean, just ask yourself, okay, would you feel any withdrawals, let's say, after you stopped watching homosexual porn? I know you don't like that, like watching it, but but let's say even if you force yourself to watch it, then after you stop watching it, you would not feel any kind of withdrawals. If you stopped watching homosexual porn, okay, you would not feel anything. Be, you will not even have any, urges to watch it again, right? And if we talk about porn, unlike drugs, it is not even ingested inside of the body. I mean, drugs, we take it, right? Drugs, we ingest the drugs into our, I mean, drugs specifically, we ingest the drugs into our body, okay? But porn, we are not ingesting inside our body, right? It's literally a lifeless screen, a video like any other, okay? And this is a very important line I have written, okay? A screen cannot harm you or benefit you. A screen cannot do anything to you. It cannot make your stress to non-stress. It cannot make you feel happy. It cannot make you feel sad. It cannot make, I mean, it cannot do anything to you, okay? Let's say I watch Netflix. So it's because I am addicted to Netflix. That's why I watch Netflix. No, it's simply because I love watching Netflix. I have the desire to watch Netflix. It's not because I'm compelled or addicted to watch Netflix. No, it's literally a screen like any other. And even if I stop watching Netflix for like 2 or 3 days, and after that I would just forget about it, right? I would not feel like I need to do it again, if you see what I mean, right? So it's simply your own mind, okay? But if you still crave porn or masturbation after wanting to stop, then it simply means that you have a preference towards it. You have the desire for it, which is your root cause, okay? So, what should you do, okay? All you need to do is simply ask yourself this one powerful question: what am I getting out of porn and masturbation? What and masturbation genuinely gives to me, okay? And you will realize that you have associated certain benefits with porn, okay? And you will get answers like, for example, maybe stress relief, maybe it relieves your stress, maybe it feels good, pleasure, maybe it satisfies your sexual needs, maybe it relieves your loneliness, boredom relief, frustration relief, or apparently masturbation is healthy, okay? All of these benefits by asking this question. So once you have the list of all the benefits, now you simply have to debunk all of them, which is the subconscious transition. And debunking is the part that is the most important out of all, because debunking is the part that we do in our coaching program, okay? Because this is something I cannot tell you in one video. It requires a very long form videos that I cannot make for you, because debunking is the part that we do in our coaching program, okay? Subconscious transition is the method that I teach to my students, okay? And they are literally able to quit like this, okay? So subconscious transition, this is the method we teach to my students, and because of this, they are literally able to quit porn barely within a week, and sometimes never even relapse after one call, okay? And overnight, they quit like overnight, okay? Because they simply change their perception, they change their beliefs. Simple, okay? Because let's say if you don't even believe in all of these concepts like withdrawals, addiction, urges, cravings, let's say if all of these concepts didn't exist, okay, if they were not real, okay, let's say if you don't believe in all of this, do you think would you be feeling like you are an addict? No way. What would happen then? You would simply stop watching porn, just like you stopped playing video games, just like you stopped watching Netflix, just like you stopped playing video games or stopped eating junk foods, okay? What made it harder to stop doing it was believing in all of these concepts like withdrawals, urges, cravings, addiction, okay? These concepts are literally the man-made concepts. They don't exist in biology. Okay. All right, guys, this is it for today's video. Oh yeah, sorry, my last message for you is that the so-called nofap experts, they only make matters worse. Okay. They constantly claim that, oh, you are an addict because of dopamine and childhood trauma. Okay. So when you so when what happened when you so it only creates a false self image that can only be destructive to you. Okay. That can only be harmful for you. Okay. All right, guys, this is it for today's video. Hope you guys have got a lot of things from this video. Okay. And this is, by the way, part 1 of this series. Okay. And I will soon be releasing part 2 of this series, and you will understand even more about it. Okay. But for now, just understand that if you simply just stop watching porn or masturbation, then you will not feel anything. Okay. You will not feel any withdrawals. I mean, porn is just a screen, and masturbation, it's just a physical buzz. That's it. Okay. And there is no any overcomplicated chemicals, any biology that makes you feel withdrawals. Okay. They are not rooted in biology. I mean, if you stop watching porn or masturbation, then you will simply naturally return to the natural state as a man. Okay. You will not feel any withdrawals. Withdrawals are not real. So hope you guys got something from the video. If you haven't understand anything, watch this video again. Okay. And you will understand even more about it. Okay. So I'll be releasing more videos like this, and it will help you to change your perception once and for all. And these videos would be enough for you to quit PMO once and for all. Okay. And also, if you want to join my one-on-one coaching program, where I coach my students personally. I teach them the subconscious transition method from start till the end, each and everything about this method. Okay. And they are able to quit literally barely within 1 week, and some of them, they never even relapse after one call. Okay. So if you want to join my one-on-one coaching program, you can message me on WhatsApp, or you can simply click the link in my Instagram bio. You can watch the training, and then you can schedule a call, and we will discuss the process of our coaching. Okay. For now, this was the video I wanted to make for a very long time. So hope you guys got something from this video. See you in the next video. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. So let's give you another example. Okay. Let's give you another very simple example. So let's say, imagine you are sleeping. Okay. Imagine you are sleeping, and I suddenly ingest a drug inside your body. Okay. And you don't even know what I gave you. You don't even know the name of that drug. You don't even know what I gave you actually. Okay. So now if you wake up, okay, now if you wake up, do you think, would you feel any withdrawals to take that drug again? I mean, you don't even know what I gave you. You don't even know the name of that drug. Imagine you are sleeping, and I suddenly ingest a drug inside your body that you don't know what, and you don't know what I gave you. You don't even know its name. Okay. So when you wake up, ask yourself, imagine that in your mind. Okay. When you wake up, would you feel any withdrawals to take that drug? Any kind of withdrawals? No. Which shows us that, like, you see what I mean? It's all about your perception. You don't have any perception on that drug, right? You will not feel any withdrawals. I mean, withdrawals, if they were a part of your body, if they were rooted in biology, then you would feel them even if you don't want to feel them. Even if, let's say, you wake up after I ingest a drug in your body when you were sleeping. So if they were rooted in biology, if they were a part of your body, then you would also feel withdrawals even after you wake up. You would feel withdrawal to take that drug again. But it's not like that, right? You are not feeling anything. So what it shows us, that withdrawals are not real. They are not rooted in biology. Yes, they are simply created in your mind. Okay, you created yourself. They don't exist. Okay. If you believe in withdrawals, then you're just creating an illusionary cage around you. So there are no withdrawals for porn or masturbation or for any other thing. Okay. So this is a short clip that I wanted to add. So see you in part 2 of this video series. Take care.